I got a new job. You already know that. You already know how I got there. But there is second part of the story. I needed to get fired. Well, that is a little bit stretch to say that, but actually I needed that quite a lot. The worst thing about Czech Republic in these matters is that you have to give them 2 months notice, which is so long time, and this 2 months notice starts counting with the first of the months of the next following month. So I needed to find a way how to get out of this employment. I am making a course which is going to be about confident communication, how to start a communication, how to open a conversation and build a meaningful relationship upon that. And in one particular lesson, I'm talking about having an intention, setting intention in a communication and conversation, so you know what you are going for with a particular person in a particular conversation. And in this very moment, this is a very good example of how I approach getting fired. I needed to get clear on what is my goal as in any good negotiation. So my goals were twosome. I needed to get off the job by the last December, and I wanted to maintain good relationships with those people because I like them. So that was two main goals, and the story begins. There are two assistant managers. There is one assistant manager who has the decisive power, who is like the first assistant manager. So I started talking to the other one simply because of convenience, because I came to work after I found out that I got the new job, and there was the assistant manager that had no power. So I just said, all right, I will warm up the, let's say the decisive power possessing manager is the assistant manager number one, and without that power is number two. So I spoke with number two and kind of told them that I will need to get off the work by the last of the December, and that I'm sorry about it, but this is the way that it has to end up. I strike a note of being nice and not trying to cause any harm to them. So it was like, I'm going to help you out, but I need to get out of the job by that time. It was alright, I can't guarantee you this. I will talk to the first guy and I will let you know, but I don't think it's going to happen because we are understaffed and this is just the way. We can't let you go. This is what it looked like. So alright, so the first part of my intention is not being fulfilled. I'm not getting off the job at this moment, but I'm maintaining a good relationship. So it was alright. I need to sort of warm up the first guy a little bit more. So it was like, alright, what can I do? And by those times I was crippled by stress and nervousness. So it was really horrible time for me. I'm trying to be stoic most of the time and see things from perspective and be cool about this stuff, but this really took me, and I was really stressed about this stuff. So I couldn't sleep well, I couldn't eat well, I couldn't think about anything else. My creativity was at the 0 point and it was horrible. So I just was thinking, lying down in my bed, couldn't sleep, and thinking, what can I do to warm up the first guy a little bit more, a little bit better, so it will help me to fulfill both of these two intentions. So it was like, alright, I'm going to send her a message. I got up from the bed, I wrote really sentimental and nice message to her, and I pressed send. I was a little bit relieved and it was quite alright at the moment. Next day I received a response. We'll talk in person when you meet at work. Alright, so it sounds like there is a stuff to talk about, but I don't know what it's going to end up like. So I was still quite a lot stressed, but a little bit less than I was beforehand, because the relationship seems to be alright. And on that day when the manager was at work with me and we were supposed to have that talk, I was doing something behind the computer, and when she came to work she passed me by and she smiled at me in a rather sentimental and understanding way and squeezed my shoulder a little bit. So I knew that it's going to be alright, in a way that I'm meeting the intention of maintaining good relations. I knew that she's not going to be pissed at me because I am going to do what I'm going to do and it's going to be alright. I just misread that a little bit at this very moment because I anticipated that she's going to let me go by the time I need to, but the sentimental one was quite also the sad one and trying to make up stuff, because afterwards, as I get to it in a little bit later, she told me that she can't let me go that easily. So I misread that signal that I should got right. When I came to her office, it was like, well, I don't want to talk to you, Martin. I was like, I know, I don't want to talk to you either, but we must do it because I really need to know what I'm at. And she was, all right, here it is. As the second guy told you, like, we are short-staffed, we can't let you go that easily. If we hire someone by the end of December, I will let you go, but otherwise I can't let you go. I was like, all right, I understand you, I see you, and I'm sorry about it, but I kind of have to leave by the last December because of my reasons. She was all right. I know, but I really can't let it go. Well, I am willing to use more brutal ways to get out of the work. Well, I can't stop you. I expected that. We all expected that. You will get an absence, which is a violation. Number one, you get 3, you get fired. That's the way it's going to be like. I was, well, this is probably, if you won't let me go, the way I'm going to do it. So please expect me to leave you by the last December, in a good way or in a bad way, because it's just the way it must be. I got both of my goals or my intentions that I set beforehand, and this was super great thing to know what I was after. Because if I didn't know what I was after and I didn't have these strong intentions that I wanted to get and maintain, I probably wouldn't get the hidden possibility of violating the contract and letting me go the time I need to, because I would stop at the moment where she said she wouldn't let me go. But if you really know what you are after and you are following that goal religiously, and you are willing to fight for it, you will find an options that are not official, that are not on a table, but they are possible if you are going to go those pathways on your own, because there always are ways to do stuff, but you need to know what you are going after, and the path will sort of be found when you start the journey. I will keep you updated on whether I get out of the job on a good terms or on a bad terms. If you haven't seen the first part, it's over here, and if you want to see something else from my life, there is a trip to Budapest that I took like a month ago, and I made a vlog about it. I talk about what are Hungarian people like when you are dealing with them from behavior perspective. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.